Here we go. The 49ers are signing veteran cornerback Josh Norman. Wow, we haven't heard that name in a while, right? At a high level. And once again, this is the perfect example of kind of what we say a lot here on the show. It is hard to maintain top tier in a single position for more than 1 year. And if, we kind of always bring it back to like a 4-year stretch. Josh Norman didn't even get a 4-year stretch. He got like a 1 year, kind of storyline. That was all with Josh Norman. And then he sunk down to oblivion. And then the biggest thing that he's known for is getting stiff-armed by Derrick Henry. I believe that was Josh Norman. Is that in the comments? Yeah, right, right here. Derrick Henry absolutely destroying Josh Norman on a stiff arm. Like, how do you do this as a defender in the league, folks? How are you turned horizontal in the air? How do you even get to this point? It's because it's mother-loving Derrick Henry. Do you see the size difference between these two players, folks? One is an offensive running back and the other is a defender. Look how much the size difference is, folks. Oh my gosh. So this is what Josh Norman is known for now. Josh Norman is not known for being a lockdown cornerback for 1 year that got to the Super Bowl. That's not his narrative anymore. That's not his storyline, and it's truly unfortunate. But once again, it is truly hard to maintain that top tier level shutdown status. He held it for 1 year. 1 year, Josh Norman was the talk of the town. Next year, nothing. Mute. So, when we look at kind of Josh Norman's stats, it was that 2015 year. That was the only year he made to the Pro Bowl, and they got to the Super Bowl. The Carolina Panthers, folks. It was Carolina versus the Broncos, and we all know how that one ended. Truly unfortunate. Cam Newton didn't look that good. The whole offense didn't look good for Carolina. They only put up 10 points. So, that was his one good year, folks. 2015 Pro Bowl year. Got to the Super Bowl. Lockdown corner. He had 4 picks that season with 2 pick sixes. He had 2 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles, all over the place. So that was his big year, and then he's just fallen off. So after that 2015 year, he went to Washington and just never was really the same after that. He spent, 4 years in Washington, and then he went to Buffalo last season. And, that's where we get, the classic Josh Norman picture of him getting stiff-armed by our man Derrick Henry out here. And the rest is history. But he just goes and signs with the 49ers, so we'll see if he can kind of, revitalize his career there. Kind of Richard Sherman kind of played the same route. Richard Sherman wasn't really the talk of the town anymore. He had to sign with the 49ers. Richard Sherman didn't really do anything that great for the 49ers, so we'll see if Josh Norman can revitalize his career here with the 49ers. But before we move off of Josh Norman, let's go to our favorite website, playerprofiler.com, and see what Josh Norman is doing. Is he still locking up the A1 Tier 1 wide receivers in this league, or is this man truly just done in this league? So let's go back to, how far can we go back? We can go back to 2018. I see what he was doing in 2018. Was he still bad in 2018? And then we'll look at the 2020 season where he played a couple of games. So let's go to 2018. Let's see what Josh Norman was looking like in 2018 against some good wide receivers. So here we go. Week 5 against Michael Thomas in 2018. He went 2 for 2 for 90. Okay, well, we already know this man is trash. How you give up 93 yards on 2 targets and 2 receptions allowed? Jeez, Louis, that's an absolute big burn. That's a monster inferno burn right there. Jeez, and we know Michael Thomas is definitely A1 Tier 1. All right, against Davante Adams, 4 of 7 for 95 yards. This man is... That's what we're talking about, folks. He had one good season every year after that 2015 season was absolutely abysmal, folks. It is hard to maintain your top-level status at a position, folks. That's what makes Tom Brady just so freaking special. He's the biggest outlier in everything we talk about right here. Josh Norman had one good year, and now he's giving up 93 yards, 95 yards a game. Oh, my gosh. All right, against OBJ, 8 of 11 for 106 yards, burn. Against Julio Jones, 6 of 9 for 103 yards, burn. Mike Evans, he went 1 of 2 for 12 yards, finally locking up somebody good. Against DeAndre Hopkins, 3 of 5 for 33 yards. All right, not bad there. Against Amari Cooper, 5 of 8 for 47 yards. That's what we're talking about. And 2 pass breakups. Against Corey Davis, 3 of 4 for 45 yards. And against Alshon Jeffrey, 5 of 5 for 62 yards. So he got off to a real slow start. About the first 8 weeks of the season, it was just a gauntlet for this man. Once again, he was kind of highly regarded as a lockdown corner. So him going against kind of the A1 tier 1 wide receivers was basically what he was getting paid for, because he's kind of coming off that 2015 contract when he signed with Washington. And he was getting burned by every good wide receiver out here, folks. You are highly regarded as a lockdown corner for 1 year, and now are getting burned just a few years later. That's just how it goes in the league, folks. Consistency in this league is so hard to maintain. Everybody that does it for more than kind of a 4-year stretch is a true outlier, and there are some players that can't even do it for more than 1 season, folks. So that was 2018. That was a brutal season for this man. I mean, what a gauntlet of wide receivers to have to face. Davante Adams, Michael Thomas, OBJ, Julio Jones, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper. That's 7 A1 tier 1 wide receivers. And then there's plenty of kind of tier 2s in Corey Davis. And Corey Davis at this time was kind of, just emerging in this league. This may have been his rookie season, 2018. But now we know Corey Davis can be an A1 tier 1. So, Corey Davis at the time, maybe kind of top tier 2. Alshon Jeffrey, kind of tier 2-ish. Sterling Shepard. Who else do we got? Torrey Smith is tier 2. So, I mean, wow, geez, a lot of great players to go against, and he kind of floundered every step of the way. But let's fast forward to last season. Was he getting it done? Well, he didn't even play that many games. So let's see who he kind of went against here just last season come 2020. All right, against Brashad Perryman for the Jets, 0 of 0 for 0 yards. We can get behind that. That's a big old lockup. Against Nelson Aguilar, 5 of 7 for 37 yards. We'll take that. That's a good lockup right there. Against A.J. Brown of the Titans, 6 of 8 for 65 yards. A little bit of a burn. Demarcus Robinson, 7 of 8 for 89 yards. Big burn there. What else we got? He locked up Jalen Guyton, so congrats, because that man is nothing. No disrespect to him, but we've never heard of the man. Against Jerry Jeudy, 0 of 0 for 0 yards. Yeah, locking up Jerry Jeudy, we can get behind that. Against Amir Byrd, 0 of 1 for 0 yards. And then against Devontae Parker, 7 of 12 for 87 yards. But like we said, folks, I mean, he was locking up no names. That's good. But against the best competition, he was still getting burned. And he really didn't face kind of a true A1 tier 1 wide receiver. A.J. Brown's real solid. Jerry Jeudy's real solid, but he was a rookie last season. Devontae Parker can't stay healthy, but he was healthy for this game. And he still got burned by Devontae Parker, who's not an A1 tier 1 wide receiver in this league, folks. I mean, I like to call him a tier 2 when he's healthy, but he's never healthy, so I can't even really call him a tier 2. He's got to be tier 3 because he's never consistently healthy and out there. So Josh Norman, when you're just looking at these stats, they're not bad, but he didn't play every single week. Missed weeks 7 through 11 here. So he was missing some time, wasn't going against the best wide receivers, but we'll see if he can revitalize his career here with the 49ers. I don't think he's going to be a starter here. Let's get up their depth chart quickly. I doubt he's going to be one of the starting cornerbacks here, but some solid rotational depth, and that's exactly where kind of Josh Norman can definitely fit, just be a rotational piece back there. I would still give him credit for that. I don't think he's a true number 1 corner that he can lock up everybody. I would not put him out there in that. Maybe a second corner, your number 2 corner, maybe, but a number 3 corner, absolutely. I'll give him that title, no problem. So when we look at the 49ers depth chart, they got Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley as their starting corners, and then we got Josh Norman kind of number 4 on this team, which is, that's exactly number 3, number 4. I would give Josh Norman that. I would sign Josh Norman for that. So, and it's kind of also interesting, we're still talking about and haven't been seeing Richard Sherman signed, but they go with Josh Norman over Richard Sherman. I think I go with Richard Sherman over Josh Norman, but remember what happened with Richard Sherman this offseason? Got a little drunk. Banged on a little door too hard, trying to break it down, little threats, little drunk driving, little resisting arrest. Not great. So we'll see if Richard Sherman plays this season. But the 49ers go with Josh Norman. And, they probably wouldn't go with Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman was there last season, left there. So we get that, but they still go with Josh Norman over him. Truly unfortunate. So we'll keep an eye on this 49ers team all season, and we'll try to keep a nice specific lens on Josh Norman to see if he's kind of revitalizing his career, getting back up there. How old is he? 33. Yeah, this might be his last ride. Last ride as a backup. So we'll see what Josh Norman can do this season.